I feel like after big milestones in your life, you go through this identity crisis. Everybody goes through questions like, is this what I want to do? Am I making the right decision? Will I regret this or not? Will I be happy doing this? So many unanswered questions that play in your head just in a matter of seconds. It might sound dramatic, but it's justified. I get it. You get it. We all get it. Especially in our 20s, this is where life changes so drastically fast. And sometimes you can't even keep up with that pace. You may feel like people are so much more achieved as you. They've done 6 internships, 2 full-time jobs, while tackling the laborious work of school and still maintaining their social life. I've seen so many people like that in my university. But I wasn't like that. I did some part-time jobs, but those never really applied to my degree. I was actually so lost. People would ask me, so you're graduating, what's your plan? I had some ideas, but it was never concrete for a while. When I thought of one thing, I'd immediately be shut down with reality. For example, I wanted to become a nurse. I wanted to help people, especially within a healthcare system. But I don't trust myself to be a doctor. I did so much research and so much prep work, and then finally at the end I looked at the requirements and it was only open to domestic students. So I was pretty shocked because I thought I found my calling. As my 4th year rolled around, I put more pressure on myself for a good reason. I searched and tried to see what can I do with my degree. Of course, there were career options, but they weren't the ones that I wanted to do. And I think that's also completely normal to not have to do a career based on your degree, because at the end of the day, you learn so much more from the work that you actually do. And then I went into public health. I thought that was the perfect middle ground. I found so many schools. I applied to some of them, got rejected to one, and then accepted to the other ones. And now I'm here. And I think I found what could work. And I feel like this is so important to remember, that even if you've spent so much time and effort and energy into something and in the end you weren't a complete fan of it, we're still so young that things can easily change or things might remain the same. It's okay if you end up changing your career or your direction in life. This kind of relates to the first chapter, but in your 20s, you may feel trapped within this certain form of commitment, whether that's in your personal or professional life. I think after university, we feel so obliged in this idea of what an adult is. An adult is somebody that has this very stable job, does all of these things by themselves. And it's such a committed relationship, not only with a partner, but with your work. And I feel like for a lot of us, that's one of the first times we're feeling this, because a career could be forever. So are we making the right decision? Is this something I want to do for the rest of my life? And these feelings can be so disturbing and overwhelming, because we don't know. We don't know until we try it, right? Or our idea of commitment, that is such a scary factor that stops a lot of us probably from pursuing things that you might have wanted to do, but you just don't think will be sustainable in the future. That's just something we probably will all feel and we'll all go through, and eventually we'll all accept it. In this day and age, with people searching for bigger and better things, this affects that dating culture, our dating lives. You have higher standards for yourself that affects how we meet other people and how we interact with them, and how that could actually hinder ourselves from exploring people and learning about other people at a more intimate level. And so you may feel like, where am I at right now? Who do I want to be with? Who is my ideal? The biggest question is, who is that person? How do I meet them? Where can I meet them? And of course, there's a lot of online dating culture, even myself. But at the end of the day, those never worked. But of course it can work for other people. The need to want to organically meet people is still what we want and what we search for, but that is nowadays the hardest thing to do. So on the same boat as me, you're not alone, because I'm as lost as you are. I don't know if I'll ever find that person. I don't think there is the one, but somebody that most suits me and fits me with my needs, my values, and my morals. There's somebody out there, but it may be multiple people out there, but I don't know who they are. The biggest advice is to put yourself out there and try with different people. And if it doesn't work, then it doesn't work. You learned that for yourself, and now you've maybe added one more thing to your list of standards, but that's okay, because eventually, hopefully, there'll be someone else there. There's so many other things and crises that we go through in our heads, but these are just one of the big ones that I think I'm dealing with right now. And I hope you felt like this somehow resonated with you, and that maybe it made you feel better. At least you felt like you're not alone, and that all these feelings of anxiety are normal. At the end of the day, we're just in our 20s.